Good afternoon, everybody. Sorry I'm a little late. This is just one of the reasons why I don't do live broadcasts, because life interferes with it. I'm not a huge conglomerate where I have people working for me. It's just me. So if I can't get to the camera to my computer and whatnot, then that's just tough shit. Anyhow, you have this was the so-called assassination attempt the other, Sunday or something like that. I forget the day. I don't care. I don't believe it was an assassination attempt. I know too much about. I personally believe that if the Democrats wanted to assassinate Donald Trump, there are plenty of people available that could do it, especially based upon the security that's at his golf courses and whatnot, which appears to be somewhat, not there. So, this guy apparently got within 500 yards of Trump and stuck a rifle through the bushes, and then somebody fired some shots at him, which of course missed everything. I get fascinated by that. I watch TV shows with cars pulling away, and a guy unloads 18 rounds of ammunition and misses misses the car with all 18 shots. Some people got killed because of that, probably. Most of the people I know that handle guns are a little better than that. Not all of them. And none of them are police officers, by the way. Anyhow. I think if the Democrats wanted Trump dead, he'd be dead. They'd get somebody besides some whack job out of the bushes, to come and shoot him. So, they could probably get somebody to go inside and poison him, for all I know. Okay, so now. Anyhow, getting back to the assassination itself, DeSantis, governor of Florida. You remember DeSantis, the guy that ran for president and got the shit kicked out of him by Trump and Nikki Haley? Oh, wow. DeSantis is trying to become relevant by starting an investigation into it. I'm sure he'll come up with some stuff that indicates, politicians were involved or something like that. But here's the thing, DeSantis isn't relevant to anybody except those people that live in Florida right now. Nobody cares about him. Nobody really cares about Florida, to tell you the truth, because all indications are that the way the world is going, Florida won't be there in 10 years. So we'll see what happens. I don't have evidence of that, so I'm not going to start a conversation about that stuff. But I will say this, that I believe that's just another attempt by DeSantis to stay relevant or become more relevant. And he's not. He lost. Nikki Haley kicked his ass. Nikki Haley, I'm sorry, kicked his ass. Trump kicked his ass. Hell, my dog Lucy could kick his ass. Jesus. These people are so stupid. They're so, I want attention, I want attention, I want attention. Okay. I wrote stuff down that I cannot possibly read right now. Oh, the AC mayor of AC is arrested or indicted because of child abuse. She physically abused her teenage daughter. I gotta tell you, I don't know what the definition of of child abuse is anymore, because growing up, the way my father used to, my parents used to wail on me every once in a while, I deserved it. Well, most of it. They'd be in jail for abuse. But I don't necessarily consider that abuse. I consider it frustration. And I frustrated my parents. I'm good at frustrating people, Yes, my ex-girlfriends. So, those are the things that are going on. And the top of the news, there's the largest turnover ever in election officials. That's something to be worried about. But I don't know what's going to happen. Right now, I think that Harris has to go on CNN or ABC or somebody, anybody but Fox, because Fox is too prejudicial to whatever agenda they have. So, some national television network or cable channel or something, and start explaining herself as to what she actually is going to do. Give a little bit more detail so people can say, okay, I know why they're not doing it, because they're afraid if they give away too much information that the Republicans will turn around when she can't do it because of the political situation or something like that. They will turn around and use it against her. If she stays in, if she does use it, if she does come out and say it, she gives them too much time to plan how to attack it. So, okay, you want to wait a couple more weeks, or a week or two more, all right, but you've got to do it before the election, because right now, that's the biggest complaint voters have. They want more information. They desire to know exactly what you're going to do about grocery prices and whatnot. Trump won't say anything either, because he's not stupid, because he knows he can't do it. He can't do a lot because it's business. And he's not about to interfere with the major corporations. Do you think he wants to go to war with Nestle's? Nestle's can pull $1 billion out of the bank tomorrow morning. Trump can't get $1,000 out of the bank tomorrow morning. So he's not going up against Nestle's, even though it's not an American company. Or Kellogg's or Post or any of these other cereal companies or meat producing companies, because they can cause food shortages everywhere. And then the prices would just go up higher. He doesn't, he understands that he can't fuck with those companies, because they'll tear him a new asshole. That's just the way it is. Sorry, America. I'm feeling it down here too. Okay, price the second biggest cost I have right now is food, and it's coming up close. It's getting close to being equal with my rent, or even more than my rent right now. I think it's more than my rent right now, actually. It's actually becoming cheaper to go out to eat than it is to buy food for the week, And there's no competitiveness, pricing. Everything's the same. So what's the, I have a store close, or I have a store 50 miles away. You go to this warehouse store, Price Smart, which is I think is something to do with like Walmart, Sam's Club or something. It's very close to that. So they sell a lot of Sam's Club's members only products, which I think is Sam's Club. And occasionally they sell stuff from Costco as well. But these companies are, you have to look at it like if you buy vegetables in the quantity you have to buy vegetables, and you have to look at, do you have the storage capacity? How much is good? How much is going to be waste? What's your plans for the next 3 weeks? Are you going to be home every night eating dinner? This is what you have to start thinking about when you shop now, because it's if you don't, you have a spoilage problem, And when you buy a bag of tomatoes, you're not going to get 100 tomatoes that are any good. So you have to wait and see. Anyhow, my wife isn't feeling too good right now, and when she stays in bed, that's a catastrophe. She won't let me take care of her. She doesn't, think I'm capable of doing anything. She hasn't for a long time, so I don't pay any attention to her. I just go along, fix things, do what I want to do. But, so I when you talk about, let's talk about football. See, I'm tired of talking to politics, man. That's just makes me angry. Anyhow, the Miami Dolphin quarterback Tagovailoa is on injured reserve for concussion, and I think he's been on it before. And I think that whether I like the guy or not, I think he should start seriously considering an alternative to football. Maybe, I don't know if he's got the ability to be an announcer or not, or a color commentator. I hate to say it, intellect, but you know what I'm talking about. You have to have what is the word that they use? He's got to be able to express himself, articulately with the people that he's, his fans and whatnot. And Miami isn't the greatest TV market in the world, so I don't know how well, he would do up here or anywhere else. When I say up here, I mean in the northern states. So that could be an issue for him. So he's on injured reserve, which keeps him out till week 8 at least. And McCaffrey from the San Francisco 49ers, a hell of a running back, is also out for an injured reserve. And you get guys that play football the way these guys do. They give it their all. They're willing to take hits. They're willing to get beat up. And I think with Tug's problem is he doesn't do enough. They don't do enough to protect him, and he doesn't do enough to protect himself. McCaffrey's just a bull. It's like Pacheco. Pacheco, if he had his way, he'd be back playing football tomorrow with a cast on his leg. I mean, that's just. He's from the Kansas City Chiefs, running back who's got a broken fibula. So there's been some serious downtime for these people. They don't. It changes things, changes the outlook, but one never knows in pro football, because my brother watches football. My brother, when he was alive, played football in high school, got a full scholarship to the Merchant Marine Academy on football, had interest from the Giants and the Packers, except he tore his knee up, and he didn't want to do it anymore because he didn't feel he was capable of doing what he did before. And at 210 pounds, back in the 50s, he was a small guy, okay? Compared to the 230, 40, 50-pound linemen. They were big, bulky guys. So he quit, but the injuries that you get are lifelong in football, You start to listen to these guys that have been out of the game for a while, that play the game a different way than we play it now. I almost think now that there's too much dependency on the equipment. Like you take a guy like Tug, I got this great helmet, it's supposed to protect me from concussions. I have to wear it. I can play football the way I want to. No, you can't, man. No, you can't. Sorry, but you can't do that. That's what I think. That's part of the problem. I think people are becoming dependent upon the equipment to protect them rather than themselves. And the refs, you got to stop some of the. You got to stop some of the really stupid stuff from going on. Like I think that Philadelphia quarterback sneak thing. Somebody's going to get really hurt in that one, and they're going to take a look at it. But by then it'll be too late for the player that gets hurt. It's dangerous. This goes back to, that's one of the reasons that it's a formation and a style of ball that came from single wing football, which goes back to the 20s, I guess, and how they had to change it because people were getting hurt, And I agree that there equipment changes are necessary and stuff at times in football. But I believe one of the problems with the injuries anyhow is that the players are becoming way, way too much dependent upon the equipment, starting to feel invincible because they've got all this equipment on. What was that running back from, was it Houston? He was one of the greatest running backs ever. The guy wore something like an extra 30 to 30 pounds of equipment. If you made it, he'd wear it. And he was a great running back, but he still, didn't come out of it unscathed. And he was a person that depended. He didn't just depend on equipment. He knew how to run without getting hurt. but he still got hurt. Everybody gets hurt. Football, you play a game of tackle football. You don't walk out with it. You walk out without a bruise on you. You were sitting down most of the game. All right, listen. It's Wednesday. I don't know what's going on out there. I'll read some more. I'm sorry I was late. I don't. That's when I do. That's why I can't do live broadcasts, because I never know what's going to happen, because life interferes too much. You know. All right, listen. You guys all take care. I'll talk to you tomorrow.